We are picking up our reading by Ken Wapnick, Journey Through the Text of A Course in Miracles. We are on Chapter 3, The Innocent Perception, Knowledge versus Perception, and this is Judgment. You are very fearful of everything you have perceived but have refused to accept. You believe that because you have refused to accept it, you have lost control over it. This is why you see it in nightmares, or in pleasant disguises in what seem to be your happier dreams. Once again, what we repress does not disappear but remains in our unconscious where it finds expression in dreams. That is why Freud described them as the royal road to understanding the activities of the unconscious mind. Dreams reveal what goes on inside us. Jesus takes Freud's concept and expands it to all our dreams, waking and sleeping. Look at how you perceive yourself in relation to others, he tells us. Nightmares, special hate relationships, or happy dreams, special love relationships. And this will show you the teacher your mind has chosen. Nothing that you have refused to accept can be brought into awareness. It is not dangerous in itself, but you have made it seem dangerous to you. This important idea is restated later when Jesus explains that the problem with dissociation is not what has been dissociated or split off in the mind, but the very fact that we have done so. In other words, the sin and guilt we reject are not dangerous in themselves, for they are nothing. But we have judged them as hateful and fearful, and they become that for us. The very act of splitting off the ego thought system gives it a power it does not have in itself. For dissociation makes the ego a dangerous reality in our thinking, reinforcing hate and fear. Thus, we wind up with the archetype of a wrathful God, which resurfaces in most religions. If we were to look at the source of this strange idea, all investment in believing that the Bible, Quran, or any other scripture were literally true would disappear, and there would no longer be a need to justify the hate-filled projections of guilt. People become upset when discussing religion or any system of thought because of their need to see the enemy outside rather than in their minds. When people identify with an ism, a thought system they would die or kill for, it tells us there is something rotten in the state of their minds. They would choose murder outside rather than go within and see what the ego taught them was so terrible. It is only when they do so that they would recognize there was nothing there to fear. The strain of constant judgment is virtually intolerable. It is curious that an ability so debilitating would be so deeply cherished. Yet, if you wish to be the author of reality, you will insist on holding on to judgment. These are wonderfully clear statements. Who does not wish to be the author of reality? We know we wish it because we think we are here. Yet we cannot be here and in heaven at the same time. We are bodies because we want to be separate from heaven. And we want to keep the atonement away because it says we never separated. Ideas leave not their source, and we are an idea in the mind of God. It was to keep that thought away, which means preserving our individual identity, that we made the universe and all that it contains. We have defended it to our death because to let go of the defense means we would recognize that we are the authors of nothing and that God is the author of everything, and we are an inherent part of His everything. Once we wish to be the author of reality, the wish we reinforce each day and every minute of each day, we must also choose judgment. Jesus helps us look at this choice from his point of view. If we were to look with him, we would realize its insanity. Moreover, the strain of constant judgment is intolerable, and we all live lives of quiet desperation, to quote Thoreau. In one sense, this quiet is noisy, but not in decibels. The noise of our thoughts silences the atonement's still, small voice that says nothing here is real because nothing happened. The guilt over the belief that something indeed has happened is a judgment against ourselves. It is so enormous that we are compelled by the laws of the ego mind to continually deny it, project it out, and judge everyone else. And we are all very, very tired. At the beginning of the Manual for Teachers, Jesus tells us how weary the world is now. And this was written in 1972. We have gotten a lot wearier since then. However, we do not stop to look at the cause of the weariness, why we are so tired, sick, and upset as a society and as individuals. The real cause is the strain of judgment, but even more to the point, the strain of projecting the judgment in our minds. Our only hope is to look within and realize something is very wrong with the mind's picture. And what is wrong is not in anyone else, it is in us. Fortunately, there is something we can do about it now, with Jesus' help. And tomorrow we will pick up on the section Jesus in chapter 3, The Innocent Perception. Thank you so much for joining with me. I will see you then. Have a beautiful day.